show on 104.1 River West Radio. My name is Kyle, and joining me as always is Milwaukee Bucks ambassador, Milwaukee rapper, overall cool guy, father of the year.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wave Chappelle. How are you doing today, Wave?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous because I'm on camera. You're used to it. Our guest is used to it, so I'm the newbie here. You're fresh off a great performance at So Far Sounds Milwaukee on Friday.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It was dope. It was super dope. Shout out So Far MK for always putting together just really, really cool intimate shows, man, So I'm feeling good. I'm coming into the week on a high, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, and it's only going to get better. Before we begin today's show, the show is brought to you in part by Pete's Pub on the corner of Brady Street in Arlington. Pete's Pub offers daily food specials, daily drink specials, weekly trivia, and much more. More information available at petespubonbrady.com. But enough about that. We'll shut up and we'll get right into it.
Yeah.
We have a very special guest today. He's the mayor of Milwaukee, and he's here because he's a huge fan of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mayor Cavalier Johnson. How are you doing today, Mr. Mayor?
I am doing great. Thank you guys for having me back on. I know it's been a little bit, but I'm happy to be back.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Happy belated birthday. By the
you.
way, you just turned 37 yesterday. My birthday is tomorrow. I'll be 35. We're both Scorpios. Are you big into astrology?
My wife is.
Yeah. Has she gotten you to download the CoStar app?
No, I just know I'm a Scorpio. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a good thing to have, but what are you, Wave?
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah. Well,
February 5th.
we got strength in numbers.
Hey, yeah, y'all got me. Y'all got
Yeah.
me beat. Actually, my mom's birthday was November 1st, so
Scorpio.
you all got me beat.
There
yeah.
we go.
My mother-in-law's birthday is November 1st.
Oh man, that's amazing. Well, happy belated to her.
Thank you.
Did you get any, did you get to do anything fun?
I did. Well, first I had a campaign thing in the morning, and then my family took me out to brunch, which was really nice.
Where'd you go?
We went to Bridgewater.
Okay.
Down on the south side in the Harbor District, and then I got to play Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that's
which
fire.
Nice.
I played every Zelda since 1992,
Yeah.
and haven't had the chance to beat the new one. I checked the time card last time I played it was Father's Day, so
What you been busy doing instead?
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. Time's just been going by.
Wave, did you remember his present?
Oh, did you?
I thought you were gonna do it.
Hey man,
Oh well.
that was your job. You're the manager.
So, you were running for re-election in 2024. The mayoral, that's a tough word. Primary election is on Tuesday, February 20th. The general election is on Tuesday, April 2nd. Who is running against you?
Well, we will have a primary if there's a need to have a primary.
They just might not show up. They're like, we got no chance.
Maybe. We'll see. I take nothing for granted, though. I'm working very hard and running this race as if, there's a major challenger that's out there. And certainly the person who is running against me possibly could be. I don't know. But there is one challenger right now. So if there were to be more than that, then there would be the primary election and then certainly the general election in April. But I'm looking forward to continuing to serving as mayor in this position for the next 4 years.
Do you like debating?
I do like debating. I generally don't strike first. I just stick to the subjects, stick to the issues, and then sometimes folks decide to hit me with something, and it gets me kind of riled up, and then I go.
We
think
like
back.
that. It's fun
Wow.
seeing people debate.
Wow.
If they're coming at you, you got to go back at them.
Oh, I will.
Okay, good.
I do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
100%.
You want to know what I like about you?
What?
I think, I like a lot of things about you. Pro wrestling fan, video game fan, cool guy. Yeah, you like our show a lot, as you said, or actually I said. You do what's best for business when it comes from Milwaukee. I think our city gets a bad rap by a lot of people, usually people that don't actually live here, of course, go figure. But we got a beautiful city. You're adamant about wanting it to grow. You're taking steps to encourage growth, having the RNC here. While that might not be popular with some, at the end of the day, what it does for Milwaukee brings new people in, brings money into the city. You want the city to have a population of 1 million. You want more peaks in our skyline. I agree with that. Let's build some more big buildings. I think we need some. We have room for some.
For sure.
As far as population growth goes, I have a request. As one of your favorite hosts besides Wave in Milwaukee, can we just make sure that we don't let anyone from California move here? Because they have a reputation for ruining cities. Like a city that's cool, they'll move there, and then it's like not cool. So is there a way that you can ban certain people from moving to Milwaukee? I don't think that's legal, actually.
Well, usually when politicians try to ban people from other places coming somewhere, they're probably on the wrong side of history.
They're
So
gonna get in
trouble.
trouble. Good point. You're right. I was just asking if that was a possibility.
That was crazy.
Do you have a group chat with other mayors?
I do talk to other mayors.
Do you send memes?
I don't send memes to them. I send them to like my family's group chat.
Yeah.
They don't really like that too much.
Are your memes not funny?
I think they're funny. I guess that's what counts, right?
You can send some to me and Wade. I think we'll probably think they're funny. We'll give you the support that you need.
For sure.
So some stats in your first full year, 2022. The total crime rate has dropped 15%. Violent crime is down 7%. Homicides are down 20% this year compared to last, which is good because murder is bad.
1,000%.
Non-fatal shootings are slightly up, which is not good, but at least their aim wasn't the best. You would like some stronger gun laws in place. I guess, how do we stop people from getting guns that shouldn't have guns if they want to get a gun? Because I think that's always the problem. You can put as much policies in place as there should be. I mean, we should definitely be careful about who we sell guns to, but I mean, people can get them if they want to, just like people can get drugs if they want to get drugs. They can get guns if they want to get guns. So what do you think is the solution? How do we prevent guns from getting into the wrong hands?
It's a little bit of all the above. Look, I know that there are issues with people having such easy access to guns, not just in this city. And we don't control gun law at the local level. I just want that to be very, very clear.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a state level and federal level responsibility. The problem that I have is that we're not using all the tools that we have at our disposal to stop people from getting their hands on guns in the first place, right? So, for instance, one of the things that we've seen in Milwaukee over the course of the past number of years is that people, usually from the outside, will bring their guns into the city when they go to, pick your place, right? So they'll bring their guns there. The guns will be in their car, not properly secured, not in a gun safe. They don't have a gun lock on them. We know that that's happening. We then also know that there are individuals who are out there breaking into these cars with the express purpose of stealing the gun, so then they can go and commit other crimes in neighborhoods throughout the city.
You would think you would just not leave your gun like laying just out on your seat.
Or even under your seat.
Or under your seat.
Or in an unlocked glove compartment. Like these easy sort of things.
Yeah.
Common sense is not very common.
No, there's a lack of common sense sometimes.
And so what I would like to see, and this is what I've said to the legislature, is look, if there is an opportunity to have some gun law changes here, even on the margins, and that's something we should do. We should work to make sure that people who are bringing guns in, that there's a penalty if you don't make sure your gun is properly secured. And then for the people actually committing the crime of breaking into your car and stealing that gun with the purpose of going to commit crimes in other neighborhoods, well, they should face heightened penalties as well.
Yeah, 100%. Vehicle thefts, they're down 29% from this time last year. Does that mean we have finally beaten the Kia boys?
Look, we've been battling.
We have been battling those boys for a long time.
Yeah, we have, and I know a number of other cities across the country are now starting to deal with that. I was just checking out.
But we started the trend.
Look,
Milwaukee did.
I'm seeing now. I was just looking at some information from Baltimore and Mayor Brandon Scott there. Their car thefts are starting to rise. And I was looking at some of the data. It's Kias and Hondas that are the vehicles that are being hit the hardest over there. So we've been working to address it in a number of ways over the past number of years. I think we're finally starting to see some of that activity recede.
Got you.
What do you got for him, Wave? Come on.
Well, man, honestly, I got some more kind of more leisure questions, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, being the mayor, it's a heavy job, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to ask you some more lighter-hearted questions, man. One, I want to know well, what do you like to do to kind of unplug from being the mayor? You know what I mean? I know it's like a full-time job, but in the downtime moments that you do have, what are some things that you like to do to, I guess, for lack of better words, get away?
Yeah. Well, you're right. It is a full-time job, and much more than that. Like when I am off, and I'm using air quotes here,
because you're never off.
Because you're never off.
Because you're never off. Like when
the bat signal could go up at any time.
All the time. Yeah.
All the time.
When I go to Target, like I'm still the mayor. And people stop me when I'm in Target, just trying to get
100%
whatever for the house. Trying to get some cereal for my kids. Right.
Yeah.
So there's that. When I go to a walk in the park. Like I'm still the mayor. I'm playing outside with my kids, with them on the swings. I'm still the mayor.
Right.
What do I do to try to, sort of unplug, relax when I do have that time? As I was, touching on here, I've been playing Legend of Zelda
Fire.
since I was a kid. I've beaten them all since Link to the Past back in 1992.
Nice.
So I'm playing Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom right now. I don't get the chance to play it as much as I would like. The last time I played it before my birthday yesterday was on Father's Day,
Gotcha.
so I don't get a lot of downtime. Other than that, I like to watch WWE. I'm a big Batman fan, so I watch those things and
love
Bond
that.
movies and stuff like that. So that's sort of my stuff.
Your gift for Father's Day was that everyone left you alone so you could play Zelda?
Yes, yes it was, and it was glorious.
Nice.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. As an artist myself, man, it's only right that I ask, man. What are you listening to? What's on the mayor's playlist?
You know, so I am infamous, to some at least, for not really listening to anything.
Okay.
Wow.
And there's a reason for that. So I'll listen to anything that's on. Like,
For sure.
I will listen to anything, but usually if I am driving in the car, I have nothing on because I am bombarded with noise.
Yeah.
I'm bombarded with conversation all the time. Like I am literally always with someone.
Gotcha.
Whether it's at home with my family or even like when I go to work, there's security that picks me up. There's
sure.
always somebody around.
Got you.
So it's kind of nice to have my own thoughts.
Yeah.
So your
Have that
favorite
silence,
song
have
is
that
Silence.
Yeah,
it sounds
silence.
like.
That's your joint.
I got to check out that artist.
Yeah, he's like, man, turn that silence on.
Turn
right
to
now.
silence.
Well, now you're gonna listen to Wave because obviously you got it. You can fit in the occasional Wave Chappelle song. They're pleasant to listen to.
There you go.
Hey, man, how about those Bucks, man? How do you feel about the Bucks this year?
Oh, love the Bucks. I was on
Saw you on camera, first guy to greet Dame. Were you like, "This is my city"? Don't forget that.
I think I heard after. I was like, was that just the mayor? Was he here?
Well, yeah.
No, I'm super excited about the Bucks this season. Everything that they are doing on the court, everything they'll do off the court. I mean, they're such great partners. The Bucks organization is with the city of Milwaukee and some of the stuff that we do out in the community. So I'm super excited about the Bucks, and we have reason to be in this community, right? I mean, they're world champions on and off the court. They do just amazing things for Milwaukee. So I'm excited about it.
That's awesome, man. I had another question. For me, like finding out I wanted to be an artist, that came to me like very early, like in high school, like freshman. So I wanted to ask for you, like, at what age did you know that you wanted to, pursue being in politics, or like, and like, what was the process like once you did decide that that's the route you wanted to go?
Same time.
Yeah, like high school.
Yeah, freshman year, as a matter of fact.
Got you.
Two things happened. I was recruited into this YMCA program called Sponsor a Scholar back then. The Y's had its issues in the past, and that program now exists. Different name, I believe, at the Boys and Girls Club. But that program had a goal of getting kids from low-income families in Milwaukee public schools to go off to college and become the first person in your family to graduate.
Yeah.
The other part of that program was to get those same kids involved in service and giving back. And so I did a lot of service activities, helping, seniors to rake leaves and shovel snow, all this sort of stuff. Met some of my really good friends, including my friend Drace, who's an artist as well.
Fire.
And got my nickname Chevy in that program as well here.
That's a hard nickname.
How'd you get that nickname?
I got the nickname because my name is Cavalier.
Yeah, right.
And my really good friend, even to this day, Drace's brother, Victor, he and his family had immigrated here from Mexico.
Okay.
And he couldn't pronounce Cavalier.
Right.
And so he said, "Can I just call you Chevy for short?" And
I'm like, okay.
it stuck.
That's dope.
So
Usually people like getting nicknames unless it's a bad one.
I like
that means cool.
I
I'm cool. I got a nickname.
So I still wear this YMCA wristband every single day because it got me involved in service. And then the second thing that happened that year was 9/11, and I was a freshman in high school, and for whatever reason I'm watching President Bush in New York City after the World Trade Center came down. I thought to myself, I could go into government and have a career where I serve people, where I help people, like I fell in love with doing at the YMCA. And I just never looked back from 14 years old, and I just turned 37 yesterday. So that's how it started.
Yeah. That's dope.
You guys are both from the north side of Milwaukee. I'm from the north side of Wisconsin, so it's nice that look at us three. We all made it. We all made it. Just
Shout out
north
to the north
siders.
side,
See, kids,
man.
you can accomplish anything you want. Wasn't that hard, I guess? And we talked about this before. I mean, when you went to college in Madison and where you grew up and what you were pursuing, I guess, was it difficult to do that in the environment that you were in?
Yeah, I mean, nobody in my family had ever gone to college, so nobody knew what to do. I mean, I can recall even going to take some testing before college, and like nobody was there to take me. Victor was. You know,
Gotcha.
so that's how I got to Madison at first. And then my parents were on campus with me twice. The day that I got dropped off and the day that I graduated.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have all that support. I remember even the orientations at college and being in the, if you know, University of Wisconsin, the Red Gym, right by the Union, Memorial Union there. And everybody is in there from all over the state of Wisconsin, and you know, they've got their parents or their guardians, whatever with them. It was me in a corner by myself, you know. So it was challenging there. And then, I mean, we come from Milwaukee. It's, you know, the state where 1 in 10 Wisconsinites live, and it's the most diverse place in our state. And I remember my experience there was not very diverse at all, not at all. And so that was another thing you had to sort of find your people. You know, and I was fortunate enough to find mine, you know, great friends who I'm, you know, still friends with to this day.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it tough operating, I guess, in a, I mean, I could ask this both of you guys, just in a, when you were the minority in a situation, I mean, is it tough? Even college, obviously, that must not have been fun. I mean, everyone wants to have people they feel like they can, like, connect with and not feel like an outsider. So I guess what's it like, your guys' experience operating in spaces where you look a little different than everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just recall being in class, talking about college specifically right now. I just remember being in class, and look, I mean, quite frankly, I'm the only black dude, the only black person that's in there. And so when I, you know, raise my hand to speak, it's like I'm speaking for the whole race. You know what I mean? Like,
You're like, shit, I got to get this right.
Yeah. Like, you know what black people think? As he just said, you know.
Ask Cavalier.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, having the diversity in the spaces in which we operate is key. It's important, right?
Absolutely.
So that no one person feels like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. And I remember, again, when I was in that YMCA program, and one of the things I really looked forward to for my freshman year was being able to serve on the college panel to help some of the up-and-coming, you know, youth in the program to know what they should be looking out for when they get to college. And I remember telling them, like, you guys, you got to be sure that you find your people. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be the same, you know, race as you, but just people who you bond with, people who you vibe with, people who you connect with. Yeah. Because unfortunately, the diversity just is not always there. And even now, there are challenges to diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in the University of Wisconsin. But that stuff is so critically important to make sure that, you know, kids, especially first-timers, first-generation college students from neighborhoods like the ones I grew up in, the ones like you grew up in too, Wave, feel comfortable in that space so they can get those skills, come back, and then positively contribute to our society and our economy back home here.
Yeah.
Right. Do you feel, I mean, in Milwaukee, I feel like everyone mingles relatively well. Milwaukee's got, you know, like a nice blue collar type of vibe. Everyone's pretty friendly. I guess I lived in Madison prior to moving to Milwaukee, and I like Milwaukee a lot better. Madison's definitely not diverse whatsoever, and the people there that promote it, I feel like, aren't actually, like, they're saying it versus actually truly believing it. That's the vibe I get in my experience there. So, I mean, do you think that everyone's as different as they think as sometimes it's portrayed in the media, like race relations wise? Do you think if people, I don't know, the news can say a lot of things. Obviously, a lot gets pushed out there. And, I mean, it's our responsibility as consumers to read and come up with our own conclusions based off of the facts. I mean, do you feel like we're divided as people?
You know, no, I don't. I think that certainly there are some organizations, including media organizations, that
want us to be divided,
try to wedge us and try to push the divide even farther. But look, I think the vast majority of people that I interact with in my job, and I go to neighborhoods literally all across Milwaukee, from the far northwest side all the way to the far south side, from you know the east side to the west side, and everywhere. And I can tell you, there are certain things that everybody wants, no matter what neighborhood you live in. Like
safety.
Yeah, like that's not a black.
No more potholes.
It's not a rich poor thing.
Right.
You know, it's not a you got this level of education and somebody else has a lower level of education. Everybody wants that. You know, everybody wants to have peaceful, quiet, safe enjoyment of their homes.
Absolutely.
Like, nobody wants their neighborhoods to be porous. You know, folks, want to have city services when they call. If you call the police, if there's an incident, you want them to show up. If there's a fire in your neighborhood,
Definitely want him to show up.
Doesn't matter if you're on Lake Drive, if you're at West Lawn, so folks want for the fire department to show up.
Right.
There are certain things that bind us all,
Right.
and I think that all of us would be richer and better to understand that and appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Especially again, I always go back to just being an artist and being in spaces where there's it's so multicultural. You're around every race, but we all connect. We find ways to bond through specific things. So I totally feel you on that. I had one last question that I wanted to ask you. If you have one, what's a mantra that you live by?
A mantra that I live by.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few.
Yeah.
And it's just like things that my mentors have taught me throughout the years. I don't think that I haven't told them these things. There's things that I just picked up from them.
And stuck with you.
Yeah. So it's like my mom. My mom was John Cena before she was John Cena. Right? You know how.
What? All right.
That's a weird thing to
Let's
say.
unpack
That's
unpack
a
this.
bar. No, that's a bar. Let him go.
Let him go. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Hold up. Let him cook. So, like I said, I'm a wrestling fan, and so John Cena's mantra outside of hustle, loyalty, and respect is to never give up. And he holds that towel in front, says never quit, never give up. And my mom, she was that way. Look, we had a lot of challenges growing up in the neighborhoods that I lived. I mean, we had poverty. We moved around. I went to 6 different elementary schools, NPS, just because we moved around so much. Food insecurity, just all the family drama and struggles, all that. But this lady is tough as nails and would never ever quit. And so that's something that stuck with me. My stepfather would tell me all the time, if you do good things, then good things will come to you. Right? You do good, you get good, he would say. My dad, he would always tell me, like, look, if there's something out there that you want to do, then you should go do it. Because if you're willing to work hard and accomplish it, you should do it, because somebody's going to be in that spot. For instance, somebody's going to be mayor. If you're willing to do the job, if you're willing to, do all the call time and do all the campaigning and all that stuff and do the job when you get it, then you ought to go out there and do that. My friend Victor, who I touched on earlier, English is his second language, right? And he's from an entirely different country, yet we are brothers. We are bonded together for life. Yeah. And he taught me that, even if you speak different languages, you can still build bridges with people. And that's something that I carry with me every single day. And then one of my mentors in the YMCA program was the president CEO of the YMCA Metropolitan Milwaukee here before. His name is Jack Lunn. He left to be president CEO of the Y in New York City. And he told me that you shouldn't chase dollars. You should chase things that you're passionate about. Don't chase dollars, chase purpose in life. And those are the things that kind of help to drive me every day.
Awesome, man. I love those, especially that last one. Don't chase dollars, chase purpose. Love that.
You're dropping gems today.
Bars.
Sir. So you signed a reckless driving resolution today? Now, is this resolution pro-reckless driving or anti-reckless driving?
Probably be anti.
Okay, cool. So what does this all entail? Obviously, reckless driving is an issue. It's pretty scary seeing the videos of the reckless driving that takes place. Probably more scary for you as the mayor. You're like, that is not a good look for us. So what does this resolution entail?
So the resolution that I signed builds off of some tools that we already have in our toolkit. What we're asking in this resolution is for state government to step in and give local governments, including the city of Milwaukee, some additional tools to combat reckless driving. So, for instance, there are people out there who make a choice, and that's exactly
we all have choices.
We all have choices. Some people get in their car and they choose to treat their vehicle like it's a 2,000-pound
weapon.
missile, a weapon just blasting down the street without care for their own public safety or anybody else's public safety. And I, quite frankly, am sick and tired of it. I know that constituents across, you guys seem to be sick and tired of it. People across Milwaukee are sick and tired.
Everyone does not like it.
So what we're asking for, and I want to give credit to Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, who's new in the 5th Aldermanic District. He's the one that authored this resolution that I signed and am helping to champion. We're asking for the state to give us the power to tow vehicles of folks on a first offense who drive recklessly. You drive, we know that this is an issue. We know that this is killing people in our community, these crashes. And if you make the decision, to go out there and drive recklessly, then guess what? The police are going to have the ability to come and tow your vehicle away. And not just from you. You loan your car out to somebody else who drives recklessly. And
One, I would never loan. I don't want other people to take my car.
I don't do that either. I don't do that either. But for those that do, you should know, like, if you are giving your car out to such and such, if the legislature takes us up on this and passes a law that allows us to do this,
Right.
Your car could get towed because Kyle, you let Wave drive recklessly, or Wave, you let Kyle drive recklessly.
Dang it.
It'd be Kyle.
Yeah, right. Don't listen to him whatsoever. So last month you announced the appointment of a new LGBTQ plus liaison, unpaid position. Within a day, you were already being criticized for your pick by the CEO of Diverse and Resilient, which is the city's LGBTQ capacity and advocacy organization, the LGBTQ Community Center interim director. Your pick was vetted by local leaders in the LGBTQ community, including the Common Council's only member who identifies as a member of the community. Your pick ended up withdrawing. There is a perception that your pick was criticized because he was white, not because of his experience. Do you think that the criticism you received for your pick goes against the point of these community organizations that are supposed to promote, champion their own, accept them? Because to me, it's kind of counterproductive, it seems like.
My desire right now is to make sure that we have somebody in that position that can bring up to me the challenges that members of the LGBT community face in Milwaukee. I've known Luke for a number of years. He's a city employee. He serves in a number of capacities in the LGBT community here in Milwaukee, including as a member of Milwaukee Pride and the others. And he decided to stand up to broaden his responsibilities and service to his community, and I'm thankful for him for doing that. I get that there was some criticism there from some of the other organizations, and Luke, being the bigger person in the situation, said, I don't want this to be a distraction. The work that we do promoting the challenges that the LGBT community face to the mayor and to local government is too important for this to be a distraction. So he decided to withdraw. It's my responsibility now and it's my desire now to move forward from that and to get somebody in there who will do that job. And as you mentioned and pointed out, and I think it's important to do that. This is not a paid position.
Right.
This is a volunteer position. Folks who are standing up to be a part of this. So again, want to thank Luke. I appreciate some of the concerns that other folks have made, but want to just move forward from this and work to make sure we have somebody there raising the issues.
Sometimes, as we were talking about earlier, you're going to get criticized no matter what choice you make, being in office, right? Does that ever do you ever feel like there's like a personal aspect of criticism sometimes? I guess how do you try to keep that out of your mind as a politician, where you feel like, is this even like about like what they're saying it's about, or is this like something against me? So how do you feel, I guess, when it comes to you being criticized about how you do your job?
Yeah, I mean, I know that, look, every decision that I make, I'm saying yes to somebody and saying no to somebody else.
Right.
That's just the nature of the job, and I'm not in a position, I don't have the luxury to be in a position where I can say yes to everybody. As much as I perhaps would like to, I can't. That's not what leadership is about. Sometimes it's about making tough choices and saying no to your friends, and I certainly have done that in my time as mayor here too. I try not to take this stuff personally.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't last long if you took everything personally.
I try not to take it personally. I mean, certainly there are people out there who have a anti-Chevy, anti-Cavalier bias, who have an anti-city bias, and that's fine. Like it's my responsibility to score wins for the city of Milwaukee, and that's what I'm focused on doing.
For sure. Well, a couple more questions before we let you go. Well, one, you are personally invited to Wave Chappelle's show this Saturday at the Cooperage.
Boom.
I am performing at the Cooperage this Saturday, November 11th. You know what I mean? So if you guys aren't doing anything, come on down. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate that.
And if you're busy, you can always skip the show and you can just go clubbing with us afterwards if you'd like to do that.
I'm known for clubbing.
You're known for clubbing? Do you ever want to have fun in public and you're like, I can't even like just chill out a little bit because there's so many eyes on me at all times? Clubs are usually dark, so we'll be safe Saturday.
Do I want to have fun? And I mean, I'm conscious. Again, you're always on.
You're always on.
When you're off, you're always on. So like,
100%.
I'm conscious of that.
Yeah.
Well, we can't thank you enough for joining us today. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I always enjoy coming on and chatting with you guys.
For sure.
So
Well,
invite me back.
Yes,
for
we
sure.
appreciate you, man.
So, actually, one more question I forgot to ask. Say you wanted to give the key to the city to maybe like your favorite Milwaukee rapper or your favorite like two people that host a radio show. Like, what process? How does that happen?
You know, I can't even remember the last time a key to the city.
Well,
was
it's
given
about
out.
time. We better dust off that key.
We have to find some if I can even find.
Yeah, do
them
they
somewhere.
actually work, or is that just a saying?
Huh?
Do they work actually on every door in the city, or is that just a saying?
I think it's just a saying.
Okay, gotcha.
It'd be cool if they did, though.
It would.
Probably
Well,
not. Maybe it'd be a public
Yeah, I
safety
don't
hazard,
know about that
actually.
one.
no, you're right. Well,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you could give keys to the city to me and Wave, and we wouldn't use them in a wrong, like in a bad way.
Trust you guys.
You can trust
Yeah,
us.
You guys
man.
wouldn't be opening up Pfizer Forum and.
Wave's already got the keys. He's a Milwaukee Bucks
Hey,
ambassador.
man, you said it. Don't let the secret out, man.
Oh, sorry. All right, Mayor Cavalier Johnson, thank you so much for stopping in. Best of luck to you and good luck in the upcoming election.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you,
All
brother.
right, take care.
Whole nother zone. Yeah. Look, ayy, I'm in a whole nother energy zone. I drop heat, but they sleep on it like memory foam. I touch down and celebrate like I ain't been here before. Take it to the top and make sure that my niggas can go. Spit fat, y'all know. Every time I drop folks, swear they tried to keep us out the game, but the lock broke. Dive in your shorty like I'm jumping off the top rope. And the flow make them go, whoa, I'm Pop Smoke. I shake the room every time I'm making moves. Making tunes, chasing cash, you was chasing views. Grew up on that north side where they take you full. Every time I come up with a flow, bet I make the news. All these niggas claiming that they goats, must be April Fools. And your shorty put up to the show like she ain't with you. Shit, she just wanna be around me more. She just want the Dior, some brand new Dior. Ricky Bobby, you ain't first, you in last place. It don't make no sense if you on back chase.